So I wanted to show you all a workbench that I designed and built, and I call it the Ultimate Festool Workbench. I've seen some pretty cool workbenches on YouTube that guys have built, but I think that this one's kind of on a whole nother level. It's got some really great features, and I just kind of wanted to go over everything with you and show you how I built it. So there's a lot to it. Let's get started. So before we get started, I did want to say that the plans to build this bench are available on my Etsy shop, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description of the video. And all of the accessories that go with the bench, those are available also, and I'll put the link for that in the description of the video also. So the first thing we need to talk about is the top and these brackets. So the top is CNC machined, and it has the MFT pattern in it for the 20 millimeter bench dogs. Then the next thing is these brackets that are on the side, and basically your rail sits on top of here, and this extrusion here fits into this slot of your rail system on both sides. So you just set it up there and it will fall into place. Then it is height adjustable depending on the thickness of the wood that you have in here. These are the Microjig Matchfit. I call them track Dovetail things. So you basically just loosen this up, and then you can adjust the height of this. This is a stop. So once you get this set and squared up, you slide this stop up and tighten it down up against this bracket. The stop will stay in place. That's not going to move because the way the bench is designed is that I have two cut lines, one going this way, one going this way. Now the way I designed it is, say you have a 4x8 sheet and you wanted to cut it in half. If you slide the sheet to the halfway point and cut it, the cutoff will still stay on the bench. Same thing with the long ways. If you wanted to cut it in half that way, the cutoff will still stay on the bench. It won't fall off. So that's how I laid out my two cut lines. Once you have your cut line established where you want to be, you basically square this rail up with your table using these bench dogs. And then once you have that established, slide your stop up to this bracket, lock your stop down. Then you can remove this bracket from the table, and when you put it back on, you just slide it up to the stop, and you're going to maintain that cut line. So obviously this way will take the shorter rail, and the long way takes the longer rail. So I showed you how the short rail attaches to the bench. Now I'll show you the long rail. I mean, it's basically the same thing. Just lift the rail up and set it on place, and it will fall into position. And then you can, whatever thickness piece you have on there, you basically just adjust this. Make sure that it's, pushed up tight against that stop. When you tighten it down, then your cut line is going to be the same every single time, and it'll be perfectly square. So next we have the drawers, and there's 5 drawers in the bench. And so I've designed these drawers and laid them out in a grid pattern, and they're 1/4 inch dados. And so basically it allows you to use 1/4 inch material. I used poplar, and you can basically cut and lay out dividers however you want to, and then they just slip into place. They'll stay in there, or you can use a little bit of CA glue if you want to make it permanent. But they're a pretty tight fit. All of the drawers are laid out with that same pattern, so you can organize it however you want to, put dividers in there, kind of make each drawer your own. So to the left of the drawers is the Systainer storage compartment, and this is a slide out tray, and you fit your Systainers in here. You can get quite a few of them in there, and it's actually, I designed it so there you can do 2 deep. So just depending on the size of your Systainer, it will hold quite a few of them. So we'll come around here to the back side of the bench now, and I've got some cabinet doors on here, and they have pull-out drawers. I built 2 drawers because I was going to store, bigger items in here, but you could put 3 drawers in there. You could even put 4 drawers if you wanted to. Now, the unique thing about how I built this drawer system is that I have these 1-bys on here that have notches in them, and then we come around here, the drawer is mounted to a bracket here, and so it has a 1-by here and a 3/4 by 3/4 inch on the back side of that, and then the drawer slide is mounted to this, and what that allows you to do is to move this in whatever notch you want, so you can change the height of this drawer. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could add another drawer. You could put 3 drawers in there. You could even put 4 drawers in there. And like I said, it's completely height adjustable. You just pull the drawer out, move these brackets into whatever notch you want, slide the drawer back in. So to the left of this back cabinet, I have a space for a shop vac, which would hook to your track saw, and so it's just an open cabinet. This side of it I left open because I was going to put electrical into it, but I just never got around to doing that. But there's space there if you would choose to run electrical to the bench. So let's come around to the right side of the workbench. I have these pull-out trays in here, and what that is designed to do, you can set your track saw up on here, so it gets it off the top of the bench. I've actually knocked my track saw off the bench twice, and that's no fun. So I designed these trays so you can move your tools. You can set drills on there, whatever, just to get them off the top of the bench. So we're on the opposite side of the bench now, and the other thing I wanted to show you is I actually tape my plans onto that tray, and so it has all the dimensions and stuff of whatever it is that I'm building at the time. So it's a nice place to store your plans also. So then your track saw just fits up there. Pretty sweet. So then I have a 1-by maple on the skirt and the edges of the bench here, and this is routed out with the Matchfit Dovetail jig, so it will accept the Microjig Matchfit clamps. And what that does is you can slide your clamps in there. You can put something clamp something vertically in there and work on a vertical surface or whatever. So going back to the top, I have a lefty righty adhesive tape measure. So there's your 0 is on both sides of this cut line. So you really don't even need a tape measure. Just slide your piece to whatever measurement you want. Then these clamps will fit in the dog holes, 20mm dog holes. The Festool clamps, you know, work in there. Just about any Festool clamp will fit in here. There's your quick clamp. We also have the Festool circle clamp that will fit in there. So then I also have the Matchfit Dovetail routed into the top in 4 different places, and they correspond with these tape measures. So I have these stops here that are available. These stops fit in, and you can slide that to wherever you want to put a stop, tighten it down. You can butt your piece up against that, and you know that your cut's going to be repeatable. These also fit the Microjig dovetail clamp. An additional way to hold work pieces down. Then on the left side of the bench, I have a clamp storage rack. So you can just hang all of your hand clamps in this one convenient location. So the top is milled out of a 3/4 inch sheet of MDF, and it has the 20mm dog holes in it. And then what I did is I put I think I put between 3 to 5 coats of a thin shellac on the top of, on the surface here. And this bench is 4 years old, and you can see that it's I don't know if you can see, but it's getting some scratches and stuff in it. But the nice thing about it is, I mean, you can just put a fresh coat of shellac on and those scratches will just disappear. So it'll look brand new again. The top is built as a torsion box, and then the legs are a pretty unique design, and I'm going to show you how I built the legs. So the whole bench surrounds 3 legs. 3 legs are kind of the centerpiece of this whole bench system. So I'm going to show you how those legs are assembled next. So basically what I did was I built each leg section out of 4 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, and the reason I did that is just simply for the strength of the plywood. So they are built 2 center sections are the width of the material longer, and then 2 sections are the width of the material shorter on each end. And so they fit together like that all the way around. Well, that top piece isn't going in there without a little persuasion. So basically, that's how the legs are assembled. So that is my Festool Ultimate Workbench. I hope you liked the video and liked the bench and all the great features. If you did like it, hit that like button down at the bottom of the video, and then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I actually have some accessories that kind of go along with this workbench that I'm going to be introducing here. And like I said, the plans to build this bench are available on my Etsy site, and there will be links for it down in the subscription. But subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you get notified when I come out with new content, so you see the latest products that I come up with. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you really like the bench, and catch you next time.